Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about a few of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So first, let's talk about a January 6th defendant whose charges have been increased. That's always fun. Maine resident Kyle Fitzsimons, he had already been indicted on 10 criminal counts. So he had felony and misdemeanor charges filed against him, including assault charges for two officers that he allegedly assaulted. Well, now it's been revealed in a recently filed court document that Fitzsimons has been hit with another superseding indictment with a third felony assault charge. Prosecutors say that they had just discovered new evidence which shows that he assaulted a third officer on January 6th. And Fitzsimons is one of the few that's been in jail since his arrest in February of 2021. And his trial isn't scheduled to begin until next month, June 13th. Given what we've seen with these jury trials, I can't imagine that he's sleeping soundly at night, And if he's found guilty on even one of these several felonies that he's charged with, he's looking at up to 20 years in prison. Now, of course, federal sentencing guidelines are always much lower, but I can't imagine, given what we've seen with some of the violent offenders, that he's going to do any less than 5 years behind bars. That's a long time when you have a wife and child at home. Next, I want to share a couple of stories about January 6 defendants who've been charged with additional crimes that are unrelated to the Capitol attack and since the Capitol attack. So first, retired U.S. Army Special Forces soldier Jeremy Brown. He's kind of become almost this cause celeb on the right, and a federal grand jury issued a new indictment against him in a completely unrelated case. So here's the deal. When Brown's home was searched in relation to his actions on January 6th, the FBI found that he had 2 guns and a couple of hand grenades, and all of these he had illegally. So charges were brought against him for those infractions, for the weapons. And now they've indicted him again for unauthorized possession of secret national defense documents. These were documents that he had from 2004 and 2005. And the prosecutor noted in the indictment that Brown failed to deliver these documents to the officer or the employee, whoever was entitled to receive them. And they state that if these documents had been disclosed, the information could cause serious damage to our U.S. national security. And to make matters worse for himself, Brown is now asking to drop his attorney. He's another one that wants to represent himself in court. I should also mention that an oath keeper, Kelly Meggs, he referred to Brown as a loose cannon. When a member of the far-right conspiracy theorist, cosplaying, self-proclaimed militia group calls you a loose cannon, that's pretty bad. That is a very big indictment. And this guy has filed to run for office, by the way, Brown. He's filed to run for the Florida State House of Representatives. The GQP, you guys, this is who they are now. And he probably has a chance at it, given what we've seen around the country. Anyway, next up in the final update is about Chance Uptmore. He is from Texas. He's one of the father and son duos from January 6th that we saw. They both took part in the attempted insurrection. And he was probably just going to get like a Netflix and chill sentence because he took a plea deal a couple months ago. He pleaded to the parading charge. And so prosecutors had dropped all of the other charges. And we know, these guys have been getting nothing for that parading charge. But when the feds executed his search warrant, they found that he had a loaded revolver and a shit ton of weed and shrooms. Upmore had 13 pounds of weed, 1.8 pounds of THC edibles, 1.2 pounds of waxes, dabs, and oils, which are heavy duty, and he had 1/3 of a pound of psilocybin. Now, I don't have a problem with people using weed or shrooms, but when you have this much, it doesn't really look like it's all for you. I'm just saying. I mean, weed is pretty light, and he had 13 pounds. But Upmore told the agents, no, I'm not selling it. I'm just a weedaholic. He said that he smokes it multiple times a day. So, I guess he disproves the theory out there, take that, all you people who think that potheads are lazy, that they just never get off the couch. I mean, this guy got off the couch. He traveled all the way to DC from Texas to attack our nation's capital, all because he fell for a fairy tale he heard from a lifelong con artist. So there's good and bad in that story. Anyway, Upmore has already been found guilty of 1 count of unlawful use of a controlled substance while in the possession of a firearm. So in this new case, he's already been found guilty. So his sentencing hearing for that crime is scheduled for July 26th, and he's facing up to 10 years for those crimes. As for his January 6th case, I still don't see a sentencing date in the court docket. However, his father has a status conference coming up. It's scheduled for next week. And then his trial is scheduled for August 22nd. I'm assuming if he doesn't also take a plea deal. So I will, of course, keep you guys updated on all of this. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.